Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today is a Tobacco Tasters episode, and we wanted to bring to you, just before the Chicago show and the Chicago Slow Smoke Contest, the blend that's going to be used for that. And this is the Country Squire's UPCA Slow Smoke 2023 blend. So this is blended by John David Cole of the Country Squire. It is a Virginia Burley, so it's got Virginias and Burleys, and actually the Virginias are red Virginias and stoved Virginias that are used in this, and then of course the Burley. There's no flavoring added to it. It is a ribbon cut, sold in bulk. It's currently available, but I think as soon as they run out of this, you're not going to be able to get it anymore, and I don't think they're going to make it anymore. So if you want to try this, you need to go ahead and order it from the Country Squire online pretty quick. The strength on this one is a medium. The taste on this is moderate to medium. And let's go ahead and just go in and start talking about this. Now, don't forget, if you've got comments that you want to include, make sure that you put them down underneath the description so that other people can benefit from your smoking this blend. All right, well, let's talk about tin note first, Nathan. Let's open up the jar and see what you get.
So right when I opened this up, the first thing I said was, it smells like they got some of Sutliff's Virginias. Because it's got
the red Virginia.
The red Virginias.
Yeah.
It's that stoved, tangy, very grassy kind of tin note that comes through with their matured red Virginias.
Yeah.
It's easy to spot. I mean, it's one of my favorite things they do, and every time I open a tin that has that in it, I go, oh, good smoke. I know it's already going to be a good smoke.
Yeah, it's slightly tart. It's got a little bit of the that vinegary smell in it. It's got a lot of woody, earthy tones to it. A little bit of a spice kick in there. And maybe some slight lemony citrus kind of hints.
Yeah, the Burleys aren't coming through as forward as I wanted them to. Being a Virginia Burley mixture, I was kind of leaning more towards what like half and half is, and some of those other I don't know how much Burley they put in here, but I know some of those have a strong, nutty kind of earthy breading.
From smoking this quite a bit already, it is Virginia forward. It's a definitely for Virginia forward. But the tin note's really nice. It's got a little bit of that kind of that nutty mushroom smell to it, but mostly what I'm getting is that
tangy Virginias.
Yeah, those tangy Virginias, that tartness that you get from that. Yeah, and I do like the kind of the grassy hint that's in there as well. Mostly a woody smell, though, as far as that one goes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go on to the taste. What are you getting out of the tastes on this one?
This is a moderate to medium taste to me. I mean, it's very, very, very light. Those Virginias don't come through as much as they did in the tin note. I feel like the Burleys are really shining a lot more here. Now, they're not overtaking. I still taste the Virginias way more than I do the Burleys. But I think this is where everything's been a lot more subdued. I get the woodiness, the light sweetness from the Virginias, a little bit of that tartan spice from some of that. But mostly it's just a very bready, kind of nutty, semi-sweet, semi-tangy flavor coming through, and it's just a very solid Virginia Burley blend, just more on the Virginia side to me.
Yeah, well, if you didn't get enough burley in the nose, you're definitely getting a little more burley in the taste, because I get a little bit of a molasses in there, a little bit of nuttiness, a kind of a woody kind of taste, but also I get a nice sweetness from the Virginias, some tart citrus hints in there. We talked about the breadiness and the spice a little bit coming through. Lots of earthiness. My big concern about this blend for the slow smoke is how wet it is.
Yes. That's I find myself here knowing that it's a slow smoke one, testing myself as well. Well, how long can I get this going? Knowing that, I mean, they wouldn't be using this pipe. This is such a big bowl that there's no way.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're using a Chacon pipe that they, and you pay when you pay for your entrance fee, you're getting that pipe, and it's a pretty good, nice pipe, and it's a pretty decent size.
I was about to say
pipe.
Chacon. I mean, that's at least a $40 pipe. So if
Oh, it's going to be more. Yeah, I think it's more than that. I think it's about a $50-$60 pipe easily.
well, I mean,
so.
just the investment in the slow smoke alone is worth the pipe and the tobacco.
Yeah. I get a little bit of the vinegar taste, but there's more sweetness that comes out in the smoke than you get in the nose.
Yeah, I think so too. More of that nuttiness too, that mushroom smell that you were talking about coming in. I get that soft, earthy taste coming
And
through.
it's not a sweet nuttiness. It's like a walnut or something
Yeah,
like that.
a very creamy kind of earthiness taste to it. It's very nice, and that tangy Virginias just go through straight.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a hay kind of a flavor in there as well. Definitely vegetal. I get a lot of
Yeah, that's when you wrote it down and I read it. My first light up, I went, I can see exactly what he's talking about. That kind of watery, grassy taste that you get like when you bite into a celery stick or something like that.
I get a savoriness out of this too. I smoked it a bunch of different ways and a bunch of different pipes, and I find that the slower I go, which I mean it's used for a slow smoke, so but the slower I go, the more flavor I get out of it. It really is a nice treat.
It's a nice sipping smoke.
Yeah.
I found that when I hit it, like when I smoke it really hard, like just ignoring my sipping cadence, and if I were just to smoke it the way I was supposed to smoke it, it comes through a lot stronger as well too. It seems to play on both angles.
I've smoked just about every blend that is available at the Country Squire, and this is one of my favorites.
This is a very good blend.
This is one of my favorites out of there. It's too bad it's not going to be a continuing blend for them, because this is really, really good.
Yeah, and it's very mellow and really consistent. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed. This would be a very good all day, every day smoke, in my opinion. I agree. I think the way it is it feels like it's a hat tip to the old codger blends. Those Virginia Burley blends, but amped up. Let's use some higher quality Virginias. Let's use some higher quality Burleys. And let's make a blend that's a good nod to some of those guys. And because that's what I get from this, is it feels like it's a much more refined version of some of those half and halves. And which one am I thinking of? One everybody knows, which I'm forgetting right now.
Carter Hall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Where it's just a good solid smoke where you get that good mouthfeel, very creamy, but it's not burning. It's not hot, and you can sip it and enjoy it. And you can.
Yeah, I think that those guys that are going to be doing the slow smoke are going to really enjoy this blend. It's not too spicy, not too sweet, not too tart. It's right in the middle there. It's right in the middle with all of those. It's really, really nice.
I find the trick with this one isn't going to be like sometimes in the slow smokes where they use a tobacco that's hard to smoke. So you have to sit there and smoke it for 45 minutes to an hour. I feel like this one's going to be the one that goes, you're going to enjoy this smoke, so you better watch yourself, because you end up going to go through it faster than you want, because you enjoy it so much.
That plus the ability to keep it lit because of its moisture content, I think is going to be the biggest challenges. I don't know. I think last year the slow smoke was over an hour. The guy that won it had it going for over an hour.
In Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago. And I don't know. That's going to be difficult with this one. So it's really going to put to test those guys that are, really pros
at it.
At doing it. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you get with the room note on this?
This is a very tolerable to pleasant room note. It's your standard tobacco room note. I mean, those Virginias come through right there at the end of the room note. The Burleys aren't overtaking anything. It's kind of a light, very effervescent Virginia smell. There's some tanginess in the air, and that's about it. It's really not overpowering anything. There's no scents or toppings. It's a good room note.
I like it. I think it's a pleasant room note. You get that scent of that woody kind of scent that's in the air, but it doesn't linger for a long time. It's there and then it's gone. Yeah, I kind of enjoy this room note on this one. We talked about the moisture content on this. It's moist. It's moist.
It's moist. I mean, you're not going to be given enough time to let it dry out. Really.
I wonder if they're going to dry it out before they give it to everybody.
Oh, I doubt it. It's a slow smoke.
Yeah.
They're going to test you.
Yeah, it makes it a little more challenging.
They're going to find a way to make it hard.
So you guys that are entered in the slow smoke, be prepared. Be prepared. I don't know what your loading techniques on a wet tobacco is to get it to last longer, but and it's a kind of your reds and your burleys are really long, thin ribbons.
Yeah.
But then your stoves are big old chunks.
Yeah.
So and all of them are equally as moist.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would do the slow smoke, and I would just enjoy the smoke, and
that's
not
exactly.
expecting a whole lot.
Hey guys, expect a nice pipe and a good smoke.
Yeah.
Like really, that's the best you can do with this one, because I think it's going to be hard because they're not going to give you a good smoke and a decent pipe without a challenge. They're not going to. I mean, maybe they are.
I think it's a 5-minute period from the time that they say load your pipes.
Yeah.
I
use 4 minutes to cool it down.
Yeah, I would
Lay
spread it all out
in those 4 minutes
and let it air out as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But normally, I mean, just to smoke at home, I would allow this to dry out a little bit
10,
more.
15 minutes. Yeah,
At least.
I would be part of the team that would be on a bandwagon to petition John David Cole to continue making this. This is a really... I'm enjoying this smoke.
This is good.
This is an all day, every day. And
this is one of my favorite Country Squire smokes.
And at the price that they're sending it out at, I mean, it's fairly comparable, because sometimes with the shipping included and everything at Country Squire, their blends tend to be just a little bit more than some of your other like C&D blends and things like that. But this is something I would smoke all day, every day, and this is something I would age to.
Yeah, this is a real tasty one. What do you think about nicotine on this one?
Once again, it's leaning up to the side of medium. I'm going to stick it at a high moderate, because it's doing what I want out of a good Virginia Burley blend. It's scratching the itch, but it's not doing it so much that I can't stand up.
Yeah, me too. It's moderate to medium, somewhere in the middle there. It's not any stronger than anything else that I've smoked. It's not knocking me down or anything like that. It's relaxing. It's relaxing. So like we said, this was blended for the Chicago show that's coming up this week. This to me is better the slower you can smoke it. There's a thickness and a creaminess to this one that I really enjoy. Yeah. It burns cool. It's clean. There's no bite. It's a great aftertaste. Could be an all-day smoke. There's just not a lot of negatives about this.
No, there isn't. The only negative I would put it to is that it is in a slow smoke and that it needs dry time.
See,
that's it.
I think that may have been intentional.
I think it is, absolutely. Now, as like if you were like what we're doing, we're smoking it at home, we can give it the time to dry if we wanted to.
Right.
But the only negative I have is I know it's a slow smoke. There's a chance that they're not going to make it again, and you're not going to be given enough time to let it dry out to really do the smoke.
I think the way you tamp is also going to play a strong factor in that slow smoke contest as
Yeah,
well.
but we won't give away our secret why we always get into the top 10.
All right. Well, this comes in bulk. You can only get it from the Country Squire online. It's available right now. You'll probably be able to get it for a while, for a couple of weeks after the Chicago show. But after that, I'm not convinced it's going to be in their rotation. It's about $5.75 an ounce, which is about what people pay for bulk tobaccos nowadays.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I know that there's other blends, like even Sutliff themselves sell their bulk a little cheaper. But
well, yeah,
you're supporting a brick and mortar, and
it's a boutique. It's a boutique blend.
Yes, there's not much bad I can think about with this blend, aside from the fact that I'm worried it's not going to come out again.
Well, you better get some then. That's all I
Buy
can say.
16 ounces and just call it.
We normally don't give a rating for these, but this one for sure is, like I said, it's one of my favorite Country Squire blends. And I would rate this very high.
Me too.
Very high.
Me too.
And I may have to order some again just to make sure I have some. Yeah. All right. Well, the next Tobacco Tasters, which will be at the end of May, I think I've decided that we are going to try the new GLP's
Geometric.
No, geometry. It's some French kind of spelling on it or something like that.
Yeah, it has a weird name, but I've seen it every time. And there's something about it that makes me go, well, it's a peace product, so.
Well, we'll see how it is. It's supposed to be in their new line of tobaccos. We already did Bankside to our comparison on that one. So, we'll go ahead and do this one as well. So get yours at your favorite online or your local brick and mortar. And we're going to do that one next Tobacco Tasters, which will be at the end of May.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, if you've got any comments or anything like that, please make sure that you post those. We do want ideas of tobaccos that you'd like for us to do, especially with the spring coming in and the summertime coming around here pretty soon. If there's something you'd like for us to try, I've already got one person that's asked us to do a blend from the Country Squire that's an old standard of theirs. So we'll kind of sprinkle that one in here coming up pretty quickly. But we sure do want to get your ideas and your thoughts about what we can be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, we sure do thank you. We hope that you have a great week. Don't
Still
forget.
Going. Make all your piping moments count.
What's still going? Oh, well, whatever. All right. Yeah. Have a great week, guys. We sure do appreciate it. So long.
See you guys.
Bye.